Hello, and welcome to the Freedom in Less YouTube channel. My name is Vanessa Charlton, and I will be your main face on this page. But ultimately, I look forward to connecting with new people that are just super excited about all things home when it comes to organizing, reorganizing, cluttering, decluttering, decorating, right? Going house hunting, like all of it. And a little bit about myself is that I own a business, right? And for the last 14 years, being married to my amazing husband, I have been running the business alongside with him. And also, I've been a stay-at-home wife, and I've also, primarily been the woman by his side running the business in the office, outside the office. So there's been many seasons of our time together. And just when it comes to the home itself, I love the fact that I get to just be at home. I love to organize. I love to clean. Cleaning has been a thing for me since I have been a child, a young child. It's more of an innate gift that God has blessed me with because I have absolutely no problem cleaning up. And that's cleaning up my home, coming to help you clean your home. And so I've decided to create this YouTube channel so that we can, may not necessarily be able to make it to your house, right, physically, but virtually we can do this. So I look forward to doing lives, and I don't know what technology will grow into. Maybe we'll be able to do some other streaming on YouTube where we can do like actual live, multi-live accounts. I don't know, my brain, it's literally just going and going and going. But I know that technology may have some boundaries, but for the most part, the possibilities are endless. So I just look forward to what we're able to do with this platform in the near future. But as for right now, I am coming in. Just coming today, I do have a topic to talk to you about in regards to moving, right? And I have found the most empty room in my house to make this video. Moving, right? I have moved quite a few times in my life. In this home that I'm living here now, I have been here about 11 years. I think it was 11 years this year. So I haven't moved in a while for my home, but I have helped numerous friends and family members move. So I can tell you a thing or two when it comes to moving, right? And then also for the business, because when this question was posed, it was also on the side of, moving your business, because it doesn't matter what it is that you have to move. Moving is moving. And when it's time to move, you need the principles, you need the practical steps that will facilitate you having a really good move. So the reason I named this channel Freedom in Less is because I consider myself a lover of many things, but I love the freedom in having less. So everybody's different. You may be a person that would be able to manage many things and having a plethora of things. But as for me, I have found that over the years, I thrive very well with having the things that I need and just a little bit more. So I would implore to you to ask yourself, just look over your time and think about the type of person that, where you thrive. Where do you thrive? Did you thrive, at this stage in your life where you had X amount of things, and were you managing those things well? And those are some of the reflections that you can ask yourself, questions that you can ask yourself in time of reflection, so that you're able to make a good assessment of yourself for what it is that you need. And when you find that, work with that. As for me, less. So I have had a lot of things, and I've moved out of that because, as I previously stated, it doesn't work for me. It gives me a lot of fogginess in the brain. I'm feeling like I have a lot to do. And it's like just this false sense of accumulation, right? You have these things that you're not necessarily using. And so we're going to use that to pivot into this quick video as we talk about, moving from one home to the other home, or one business place, office suite to the next one. And of course, it does depend on the type of work that you do, and what it is that you're moving. But for the most part, we all have and will experience moving from one home to the next home. So this question that was posed to me is what are some tools, right, that you can use to transition from one home to the next, and also really making that home your own, right? Making a house a home. And as far as time blocking when it comes to moving, you start one task and then you move to another task, and it feels like, oh, I'm time blocking, but really it's just transitioning from one to the next and really just being all over the place. So I will share with you first and foremost that a house doesn't become a home when you move. A house becomes a home after you've unpacked, and you first of all, it can actually become a home mentally in the brain first, because what you'll do is you'll begin to envision this new home, and what as a wife, we are given this innate ability to make a house a home. And so mentally, we can begin to see the rooms, and we can see the kitchen, and, we can see what the bathroom is needing to look like based on our family culture and dynamic. So I would say start there first, with just taking the time to imagine and allow yourself to really dream, and dream big about your space. If this was going to be your last space that you ever moved to, how would you want it to be in the first instance? And then also give yourself room and grace to understand that you can make changes along the way. Okay? Because, for example, this room has been a lot of things, right? At one stage, it was going to be a baby room, a nursery. At another stage, it was going to be my daughter. She was switching from one room to the next. Another stage, it was a guest room. And then it's still a guest room, but as for right now, we've just completely emptied it. And we're looking to just restart give it a new lift, a new look. So that's why I'm in this room, so that I can, utilize all of my thoughts, because this video, this is literally off the top of the dome, because the question is asked and this is what I live. So I'm here to just give you the raw version of thoughts and actual real life actions, and we take it from there. So as far as making a house a home, yes, as a wife, this live will be catered more towards women, because we are the nurturers of the home. Whether you decide that you want to be a boss out in the corporate world or not, you can still be that boss of your home. And everybody's dynamic is the same, but ultimately we were given that ability to make our homes. Like there's a man, a husband, he can do his thing. And I've seen some videos of some amazing males who, oh my goodness, their houses look amazing. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just in la la land. But there's something about when a woman comes into a home that just, it's like the grace and the flow is just the aura. It's completely different. So this will be geared towards mostly women, as we will be able to exchange and, have that interchange of information, and like going forward to be able to facilitate what we need to do for our homes as wives, as the women of our homes. Okay. So, as far as moving, what we want to do is ask ourselves in the moment, what's important and what's not important. So one practical thing that I will say is, if you were taking nothing to this new home and you had to go to the store to actually purchase the items that you currently have in your home. That's good. What items would you actually leave at the store, leave at your home? Um, or which items would you actually take with you? So I would begin to do an assessment of my home with a trash bag and do a trash tour. Okay. All of these items, just go through, make a schedule. If schedules work for you, I think schedules should work for everybody because that way you're able to check off progress that you're actually making. And then, mentally, you're not feeling as if you're not making progress because you're able to check off as you go. For example, my husband and I, we're reading this book right now and we keep it simple. It's not a large book, but we read 10-minute increments. So he reads 10 minutes and I read 10 minutes. And after that, that's it. We just move on. And so last night, we do this once a day, but last night he was like, wow, we're almost finished with the book. Yeah, because we're checking it off as we go with the simple tool of reading for 20 minutes a day. That's it, right? So if you say, I'm only doing the bathrooms, doing the trash tour to the bathrooms today, just do the bathroom. It doesn't matter that you have more energy, to keep it going. That's not what it's about. It's a schedule. Okay. Whenever we move into overdoing things mentally, there's a psychology of cleaning where later on we don't really have that same energy. And, now our minds, it's really like playing tricks with us. So what you want to do is just simply do what's on schedule. And the next day, and whether your schedule is twice a day, because you know your time. So if it's you don't necessarily have a 9 to 5 and you're at work, you can say, okay, after I've done my due diligence for myself in the morning, for my stewarding of myself, this is what I'll be doing in the morning. Right. And then in the evening, I'm going to come back and I'm going to either continue or whatever it is. So make your schedule based on your, system and the culture of your home. Right. Once you do that. So, for example, you're only doing the bathrooms, right, today. So you take care of the bathrooms, you go in and you can do one or two things. You can only, for the first instance, just do the trash tour, or you can do a trash and a discard pile. So you can do 2 bags or 2 boxes or what have you. And so you can put everything in here that you say, this isn't something that I would buy from the store for my new home, and put it in that trash bag. Wow, this isn't something that I would buy, but so-and-so would love this. And make sure that what you're giving to so-and-so is something that they actually would love and not something, never mind. So, you can do a discard pile and your trash pile at the same time. And just simply do that. So if you're moving in 2 months, time is of the essence. It's never really, oh my gosh, I have 2 months. You have absolutely no time. Start today. And that's, you guys, my mind is just going because there's just so much to talk about when it comes to the variables of life. But start today and do something. So you've taken care of that today, okay? Tomorrow or the next day, whatever your schedule is, then at this point you can say, all right, well, today I'm making sure that all of that went to the trash because listen, everything has to be thought of, because now what you don't want to do is have trash bags piled up in your garage or in the corner of your house somewhere. You don't want to do that. So you have to, down to the T, you have to literally tell yourself that, all right, so this was the discard pile. This is what I'm taking to Goodwill. And you actually have to go ahead and make that schedule to take care of it. So you can have that day where now you're going to do your donations, or you've already reached out to your friends to say, hey, I have this, this, and this. Here it is. I'm coming to drop it off if you want it. And so right now you have minimalized a lot of the items that you have in your home. And now coming back in, you can now make another assessment. Okay. Because yesterday's thoughts may be a little bit different from today. And so you may now feel like, I want to get rid of some more stuff. So you just go in and you do that work. And as far as time blocking, as far as time blocking, the reason I said just the bathrooms is because you don't want to be all over the place, especially when you have a lot going on already. When it comes to moving, it's a lot within itself. So again, give yourself some grace because moving is a full-time situation. So what you want to do is, I just had a slight brain fart of where I wanted to transition next. But yeah, go ahead and go back through your home and see if there's anything else that you want to discard. And let me tell you this, when it comes to discarding things, we have to really, really be present. Your heart tells you the moment you see something, you're not even feeling that same love and oomph that you felt for this piece of item when you first bought it. Be okay with letting it go. And if you're not okay with letting it go, you need to sit with yourself and you need to ask yourself, why is it that I can't let these curtains go? What is it? You have the curtains, they're not neutral, right? They definitely won't go with your new vibe, but you're holding on to them because of whatever excuse that you can come up with. It's okay to let it go. So sit with yourself and really letting things go brings on so much freedom in your life because now you are not chained to all of what comes with all of what you have. And also make room for new. Make room for new. You have bed sheets that you've had for 10 years. Let them go. Okay? Go through, assess, because just because you have it for 10 years doesn't mean it's old. But just make sure that you're making a proper evaluation of what you have and don't take and carry with you more than you need. Okay? So if you have 20 bed sheets, you got to ask yourself, when was the last time I used these 10 that were just here? How many times do you even change your bed sheets? That's a whole nother conversation. But the mindset about moving is just to continue to make a continual assessment of what you need versus what you don't need. And when you have figured that out, when you've created your schedule to go through and make these assessments, and you can do it, you already know what to do. Once you do that, then it's just on and rolling from there. Now you can get your boxes or your bins or whatever moving items that you will be using to facilitate your move. And now you're packing. Now you feel lighter. Now you're excited about this move. Now you're getting ideas and visions about moving and all of that. So, and even so, now you're able to say, listen, these towels, I won't even be using these for the next 2 months. So I'm going to go ahead and start packing them up, right? You can now make another assessment that what are the items that I can actually pack now that we will not use. These are not essentials. These are not right now essentials to use. So I'm going to go ahead and pack these and put them away. And then, of course, because of the structure of things, you want to go ahead and write on that box or that bin or what have you. And then you want to say bath towels, right? Be as descriptive as possible because when it's time to pack and unpack, you want to make it as seamless as possible. One of the other things that really helps when it comes to moving, and this is if I were to say my friend calls me, unfortunately, today and say, hey, I need to move on Today is Sunday. I need to move on Wednesday, right? Life is busy for everybody. So that's a very last minute move. But if that were the case and I do have the availability to help, then that's what would be happening, right? I would go in and I would be doing the very same things that I'm telling you right now, which is we're going in looking for the things that are trash and we're going to trash all of this right now. Right? We're going in and we're putting all the toys in this spot. So what you're doing is you are going in with an organized mindset. So it doesn't have to be the way that I'm saying it, but you get the point that you're making a organized assessment of the space so that you can make the move seamless. I actually just helped my daughter move, and it was a last minute move. And it was maybe the best move that me and my husband have ever done. And it's actually funny because we have helped a lot of people move. And most times when we do that, we go in and we are spearheading the move. Now, imagine spearheading something that doesn't necessarily even really belong to you, but that's because systems work. And sometimes when it's you and you're in this space and you need to move, you can become a little overwhelmed. And somebody else on the outside, they have no attachment. So now they're in place to help you to say, throw it in the trash, right? So get you some accountability with your move, some trusted friend that you have that is able to say, no, throw it in the trash. Or, whatever it is that will happen from the situation. So that's another practical tip that I can give you. So when we went to assist our daughter with moving, that was one thing that really worked for her because we were able to help her process, right? You don't need this. You can get this. You can. And once we're able to do that, now we can really get into the rhythm of moving, and it makes it so much better. So again, if you're a person that is looking to move, just give yourself some time to rest and to reset your brain, because moving is, like I said before, it's a whole, it can become very overwhelming. So don't just deal with it by yourself. Reach out for help. Reach out for help. And sometimes you'll be surprised to know the people that actually wants to help you, especially if you are praying and you're in alignment with the Lord. He will begin to put on the hearts of those that are near and close to you, or just even in your sphere, that are available to help you in this time as a community. So lean on those, follow the leading of the Holy Spirit, and allow for him to come in and assist you as well, right? Because in everything that we do, that's who we are, right? We allow the Lord to have his way first so that we can fall into place, because there is nothing that we are going to be able to do in our own strength without him. Nothing. All right. So I hope those tips helped you. So now I want to just finish up this session by talking about the time blocking. Okay. One of the things that's been on me in other areas of my life is reminding myself that all over the place is not a strategy. So when you're time blocking and you begin in the bathroom and then you take a little break and go to the kitchen from the bathroom, that's not time blocking. That's being all over the place. And sometimes, depending on the type of person that you are, that can work for you, because what you need to do is give your eyes a rest from what you're seeing in that space and transition over into the new space with new eyes, and then you can kind of just go back and forth. But that's not necessarily always effective. You have to know the type of person that you are. And I have done that several times, and it's not my favorite thing to do, because again, overwhelm comes in, and it's just being all over the place. So what I would suggest when it comes with time blocking is to simply just stick to the script. Stick to the script. And you have to tell yourself that if I do take a break, this will be a rest break. this is not me transitioning into something else. Because what we want to do is form good habits that we're actually going to keep, so that we're able to always be functioning at our highest, right? So if you're working in the bathroom, go ahead and finish the bathroom. Turn on some music, turn on a sermon. One thing that also works for me is I will, whatever it is that I'm listening to, if it's 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 28 minutes, 1 hour, okay? I'm not going to be in my bathroom for 1 hour if I'm just only doing a trash tour. So what I would do is I would say, okay, for me, I want to be out of this bathroom in 20 minutes. I'm going to put something on for 20 minutes. And I promise you, when that thing gets done, I'm going to either be done before it or be done right at the time that it's going off. So and again, you have to know the type of person that you are. When it comes to moving around, I can be very competitive in that way because, I just keep a little pep in my step. I've been cleaning for a long time. So sometimes I just need a little. So, yeah, I will definitely be like, I did that, Make it fun for yourself. Do not make cleaning hard. It really isn't. And to each its own. But if this is something that you are doing, because you can always pay somebody to do it. And if that's not what you're doing and you're doing it on your own, then you just have to just welcome these tips to assist you in what you have to do. So all over the place is not a strategy. Go ahead and stick to the script, clean the bathroom, be done, turn on your music, whatever it is that works for you, and just make it happen. And then, reward yourself afterwards. Go for a walk, sit out in your backyard, do nothing. Enjoy the breeze. Do something that's reward. Take a bath with your bath bombs. I don't know. Whatever works for you. Whatever makes you happy. Do that because you did that. Yeah. So I just wanted to say congratulations on your move. Whenever it is that you're moving, and wherever you are at this space in time, just know that you are right where you need to be. Just know that you have the keys and the ability to do all that you need to do. Just know that whatever it is that you ask for through Him, through Christ, will be for you when you are serious about the things that you have to do, especially when you're being a great steward. He will facilitate it all. Do not be anxious for anything. Don't rush anything. Whenever, because sometimes you can't say don't allow yourself to be overwhelmed, right? Because what happens is the body does what the body wants to do. However, we get to decide and we get to say, well, I'm going to override that, and this is how I'm going to do it. And just apply the tools and give yourself some grace. And again, that's all that I have for you today. Have a beautiful evening, and we'll come back again and talk some more, a little bit about this, or even as far as unpacking and making the house more into a home now that you have the keys that you need for packing. And if you are a person for moving, and if you are a person who, you've watched this video and it's really helped you, be sure to like the video so that I can, have more reach. The culture of the stream life, the culture. So I would appreciate it. And if you don't, hey, that's fine too. But share it with someone. Make your clippings of what works for you and save it, and drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what works for you. Maybe something that I haven't mentioned, and I'll be sure to look at it and reply to your comment. And again, my name is Vanessa. And if I never told you before, my name is Vanessa Charlton, and thank you for being in my space with me. And until next time.